So today I want to talk to you pros and cons of living in Crozet. Everybody's all about let's go to Crozet, let's move in Crozet. There's actually of course a housing shortage here in Crozet. We've seen a lot of new construction. The number one reason, number one pro people want Crozet, let me tell you, schools. If you ask people, they'll tell you in a heartbeat, oh, Crozet, yes, that's where the public private schools are. And that's why I want to be in that area. Well, I'm here to tell you that is the number one reason on my list for pros and cons of living in Crozet. Not just the public schools, but Crozet area also has a few private schools, one of which is called Blue Ridge. That can actually double as a boarding school. We see a lot of folks who are working in DC will actually have children who attend Blue Ridge School. And it also has an amazing cycling program, which just seems strange, but whatever, it works because again, beautiful area. The other one is called the Field School, and that is an all-male middle school that actually is out in Crozet as well. So beautiful, phenomenal, and it's not me. I am not telling you because I think all the schools are great. But when I heard my clients telling me they wanted to live where they had the public private schools, I just couldn't let that one go. So yeah, number one, Crozet. So let's go find out what the other ones are. Come on, let's go. So the next problem or the next con of living out in Crozet is actually going to be limited amenities. Again, not talking about the amenities for each neighborhood. I'm not talking about pools or tennis courts. I'm actually talking about shopping, entertainment, and restaurants. So right now I'm actually standing at the Blue Ridge Shopping Center, which is a main hub for a lot of services. I'm going to turn you around so you can see everything. So as you can see, there's everything from, there are a couple banks, Augusta Health. You're going to go into some wonderful restaurants. There's a Thai restaurant down there that's very good. Harris Teeter is going to be your largest grocer in the area. There's also, and then there you go, there's the sign. And then across the street, you have places like Subway and Banks and all of that. So stepping right into pro number two, what can I say? Location, location, location. Let me turn you around. So here we are. Crozet is tucked right here into those beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains and Shenandoah National Park. This is the main throughway for Crozet. This is 250. And if you continue to go out to the left, that is actually going to take you over into Nelson and over the mountain into Waynesboro. But location, location, location. Lots of outdoor activities. Hiking, biking, variety for every skill level, horseback riding, camping. If you are a water aficionado, then there's always paddle boarding at one of the local parks. There is fly fishing. Really, if you can imagine it, it is such a centralized location that you can probably, if it's not in Crozet, it's probably right next to Crozet. So again, location, location, location. So con number two, well, that's going to be pretty easy. This is going to be sparse suburban at its finest. So you are not going to be next door to anything really. You're going to have the freedom and the space to roam. So if that's not what you're after, remember that. It's going to be a 20 to 25 minute commute into Charlottesville or a 20 to 25 minute commute over the mountain into Waynesboro. You can see this is 2-lane road. It's a truck. So you can pick up 64. What is behind me is actually 250. So you can go all the way over to Waynesboro on 250 or actually go up and into Nelson. But sparse suburban, it's going to be a schlep to get anywhere to do most things. Okay, so I just pulled over because, well, we are off the original 3-notched road in Crozet. So let's show you what that looks like. Again, we're rural, okay? There are more urban areas, but this is rural part. But the reason I wanted to bring you here is because our next con, sort of like ripping a Band-Aid off. I wanted to bring you to someplace beautiful so that even though it's bad news, it doesn't hurt as much. So, what's the bad news? Con number 3. Con number 3 is going to be there are limited jobs and industry here. Inevitably, you're going to be going commuting to a position. Now, fiber internet has made its way here. So telecommuting, absolutely possible. Fiber internet, really, really common. But let that sink in as you enjoy the view. So limited jobs in industry most of the time. You're going to be going into Richmond, Charlottesville is the most common, or over in Waynesboro. But then this is your backyard. And this is what you get to come home to every day. Or just hang out. Isn't it stunning? I mean, this is just peaceful. There are people fishing. I saw somebody just pull up with a paddleboard. So there you go. Con number 3. See, this beautiful view has even taken my breath away. Let's see what's next. So a big thing for you, if you're living in Crozet, you're going to be in the heart of wine country, wine and brewery. Look, we're stopping in right now. Go get a drink because you're making me thirsty. Okay, as we are driving along, that is going to bring us to con number 4. And what is con number 4? Well, it's going to hit you in the wallet. And that is going to be that there are high property prices and rents. So again, con number 4, probably going to hit you right in the wallet. That is high property values and rents. Just looking at the average, you're looking at anywhere, realistically, a new home is going to start you at least $500,000. You could probably find a few in the upper 3s and some in the 4. Again, depending if it's a new construction, newer construction, so under 10 years old, or if it's like a traditional Crozet bungalow, which you can still find those. I mean, they're cinder block bungalows. They're very, you know what? They're not cookie cutter, and they're old school. Let's call it that way, old school. So you can find all of those, and you can get those still in the 300s. You're probably going to need to put some love into them, but you can find them. So con number 4, definitely property cost and rent cost. So like we were talking about, if you are renting out here, your rental is probably going to be starting in realistically, probably in the $1,800 area. So here's something else that Crozet has going for it, and that is it has extraordinarily high homeowner rates. So that means that you probably are going to be living next to the homeowner themselves. As you can see, homeowner rates like 3 to 1 for those who are renting. Now, there are quite a bit of rental options out here. Most of them are going to be people transitioning into their new homes, but home ownership is huge out in Crozet. We've also got new communities going up. We have large communities in place. You should check out my video on Old Trail and new construction if you want to get a deep dive into Old Trail. I'm going to be going out to a townhouse new construction as well, because again, this area is such a marked for such growth that practically even new construction cannot keep up. So huge, huge, huge. Pro number 4, high homeowner rates as compared to rental. So we're coming into the home stretch. Con number 5, well, I wanted to really mention this because oftentimes you hear about Crozet is so phenomenal for families, and the families just flock out here for all the reasons that we've listed and we've talked about. But a big one that I really want to make sure that I point out is huge con is going to be childcare cost. So it's not only the cost, but it's also the availability, especially if you are a new family or with a new member, shall we say. Infant care can be very, very limited. Once the child gets into the school system, there are more options available. But in general, I want you to understand that child care can be costly, and it can be a significant challenge and a significant line item on your budget sheet. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm wrapping up and I'm going to be heading back to Charlottesville. But let me tell you, the 5th best pro about living in Crozet, that is going to be, according to niche.com, it is the best place to raise a family. Niche.com actually gave it an A+. So if you're looking for something that's very family focused with public private schools and a good amount of family togetherness amenities, right now I'm standing at Crozet Claudius Park. And this place is bustling, even though it's during the work week, during the school day. They've got the pool covered because it's in use year-round, playgrounds, people out walking their dogs, baseball field is right over there. So it's no doubt that Crozet is high for raising a family. So here's your bonus. Bonus for living in Crozet, and I swear to you, I am not making this up. According to dwellix.com, Crozet has a low earthquake, wildfire, and volcanic activity level. What more could you want? No volcanoes in Crozet. Oh, I'm sorry, low chance of volcanoes in Crozet. What more could you want? So I just wanted to jump on here and say, Crozet, is it right for you? I don't know, but we need to talk. Reach out to me, shoot me an email, give me a text, give me a call. It's because you get immersed in the community, and I've grown up here, so I've seen it grow and I've seen it blossom and bloom. But the most Crozet thing I just ever saw and heard here at Claudius Crozet Park, and was looking at one of the active parks, one of the playground areas, and a couple of dads were walking home. So obviously they are the primary caregivers. Awesome. So they're walking through. They've just finished playing on this amazing play structure over here. And the two of them are walking to two fathers are walking to the car and just talking. And one starts putting his child in the car. He goes, "Let's go fishing now. I think it's a perfect day to go fishing." So there you go. The epitome of living in Crozet. This is why it is so sought after for families, and why, it's hard to get into this community. But once you're in here, people just absolutely love it. Because whether you're an early young family, you've got that community, or whether you are a retiree, or you are later life empty nester, Then you're right next to all the breweries and the vineyards. So really, soup to nuts, you're covered in this community. So pros and cons, reach out to me if you think this is going to be right for you, or just reach out to me. Let me know what you think. I would love to connect and see and hear about what it is you want to know about. So there you go. Until next time, I'll see you soon.